Welcome back, guys. It's been a long, long time since our last video. Since my last video. Um, 3.5 months to be exact. But it's Modesty back here with another video. We're gonna do a couple little reviews on my builds that I've done in that time. But I'm gonna be honest. I haven't been on for very much since my last video. I've probably been on, I don't know, probably a day's worth of hours, so like 24 hours. But I've done a lot of building in creative and such. Today we are gonna look over. We're gonna look over a couple of my builds, and if we have any time, which we probably won't, I have a list of other things that I would like to look at. But we have a ton of stuff. A ton of stuff has been done since my last video, so we have unlimited, not unlimited, but we won't run out of material. So today we're gonna walk through my map building, which I just completed, and this is also an example of a building that I spent a lot of time in creative building first before I basically rebuilt it on the server. And while I'm doing that, I might talk about some topics such as the new server that Whiskey has put together, and some of my personal feelings on that. Our player additions, we're adding some players to the server, so I might talk about that a little bit and how that's going. And maybe talk about some texture packs. I messed around with some yesterday, but I'm probably not going to change it. I just wanted to maybe talk about how you guys feel about using texture packs and such. So let's start it off with the map building. You're gonna see some of the new stuff here, like this tree and some of this new landscaping. You're gonna kind of see that as we're going through, but I'm not gonna stop and talk about it unless I have some extra time. So that reminds me, actually, I need to start my timer because I don't want to run super long. Okay. So as you can see, I don't even remember what this looked like. I think this was the same, and then this field was the same the last time I made a video, but it's been used for many things since then. Mostly a tree farm was right here for a while for leaves and such. But here it is. This is the map building. It just goes with the same theme as the library and the town supply building. Hey Ice, guess what? What's that up there? What do I see up there? What is that? What's that right there? He's missing some glass. In fact, no. If I go and do that right now, where is it? It's over here. Oh yeah, I don't have some plain glass. Anyway, so here's the outside of the map building before I get completely distracted. The path kind of winds around it, and I'm sorry, Ozzy, I had to scoot the road over. Originally, I think your plan was to have it going directly through here, so that it was a straight path from the other side, from this walkway. But too bad, so sad. We can either just end this in a corner here and then have it coming off right here, although it would kind of mess up the pattern. Or we could just have this kind of diagonal over to it. But here is the map building for the third time. Again, we are mimicking the style of the library, with the birch wood and the cobble and the stone bricks, and then the nether bricks for the roof. I had a lot of fun building this, actually. It took me a whole weekend of time, not non-stop, but quite a lot of time to build it. I built the first iteration that I built of it didn't look as similar as I wanted it to the library. and so I changed quite a lot of it to what it is now, and I believe this mimics the library pretty well. Again, we went with the ferns because I'm a fern guy. I love the ferns, even though they're not really ferns. They look like small trees. This looks more like a fern than those do. They look like small conifer trees. Got a little pool moat sort of thing that goes around the bottom. I really want to see what this looks like with shaders because I put in some lights and there's lights underneath it that kind of, I want to see if they like glow out from underneath the building with shaders on. Yeah, so I guess that's all I have to say about the moat. Goes all the way around, and this water, it originally used to come down from the ceiling through the building and out the bottom, but I changed that because I didn't like how much blue there was in the building. You can still kind of see what the aspect that I did leave in there from coming down from the ceiling. In the doorways, all the doorways have this little kind of waterfall going down, and that leads down to the lower level here. Yep, mods map building, bring on the bases. I couldn't come up with a really good saying, but that's on all the doorways. So yeah, the water used to come down from in this corner right here, on all the corners. Does not any longer. So here's the interior of it. I spent quite a while on it, but not as long as I did with the library interior. But that's because it's kind of a cramped, small space. So I didn't want to put a lot of seating and like benches and stuff because I still want people to be able to come over the windows and look out them and such. Whereas with the library, it wasn't as important that they'd do that. Up here we got areas for maps for important locations. This is not player bases. This is not your base, whatever. This is like, here I've just put a spawn. I'll put a spawn one here, like the one that's in the map building, and I don't know, other important locations. Like, I think that this will probably get the shopping district within it, maybe in this corner here, but if it doesn't, that could be there. I don't know. Other important locations. They're not personal locations. They are places that other people might want to know about. Like the Wither farm, I might put that one on here. I don't know if you can. I've never actually done a map in the Nether, so I don't know. I don't even know if you can do that. This is map building supplies. If something gets blown up by creepers, it doesn't have everything that I have. It doesn't have all the materials for the building, but it's better than nothing. And there is a stairway. Oh, God, not a stairway. A ladder. Whoa! Did I just glitch out there for a second? Right here. This goes up to the ceiling. The roof, whatever you want to call it, the attic. This is where the water starts, that goes down by the doorways. And then just like the library, we got these little walkways that kind of go out, so you can kind of sit out here and shoot at people when they're going by or whatever. This is pretty plain up here. I just wanted to leave another area for people to come up and look out. From a higher up perspective. Yeah, there's nothing else to see up here. Let's go down. Okay, so this is one of the reasons I wanted to make this video. I kind of designed this thing to look sort of like a elevator, like this chain, or if you ever seen the inside of an elevator, they're held up by like a really long set of cables or whatever, and they get lifted up and down by those cables. So the idea here was like this container here would get lifted up and down, but it obviously doesn't. It's just an aesthetic thing. And then I'm using a Minecraft elevator, which you'll see later. I use another Minecraft elevator to to get up and down in another build that I'm going to show you today. So this is how you use these. You don't click into it right away. If you're going down, you just go in and step down, and it takes you down the floors. I just clicked in just so I could show you this section. This is the, the tunnel or whatever that goes down, and this is just, I just wanted to show you that that's what it's going to look like as you go down. You're going to slide down like this. See how that works? So we just went down all the way to the bottom, and then to get back up you just left click or right click to go between all the different minecarts that are there. So there's only 2 floors of importance here. There's 2 areas like this. There's that one, and there's this one. And then this is the first floor. So if you want to go to the first floor, you just hop into the minecart, wait 1, and then left click or right click, and then you're at the first floor. Or you can go all the way to the bottom and then click your way up, whatever. And if you want to go down to the second floor, you just fall down to the second floor. Boom, you're all the way down. I think it's pretty simple to use. I hope that this explanation of it helps people understand what's going on. And to get out of a minecart, you're just, I think it's shift. Yeah, it's shift. It might be different. I'm pretty sure shift is the default key to get out of minecarts, but that's the way that works. Hopefully my description helps people understand. So this is the point of this building. It is going to be, depending on how many people use it, it'll be just a ton of floors of this. And we have just a, pretty basic room setup. Each floor has a theme, as you saw. With the other one, it's different. So you just come in and go, you just tap out I've made all these maps for you, and you just tap out all the maps. You know how to do that. Just boom, like that. Be careful when you're putting them back in if you accidentally tap them out. If you stand too far away and you left or right click, it'll start mapping where you are right now. So you have to be really close to the thing and to put it in without accidentally mapping. I did that a couple times when I was putting these ones in. So when you get your place mapped out, you put your name and your base name and then your location if you want. You don't have to have that. I know Whiskey and a couple other players don't want to have that, but I just left it there. I don't even have it on mine. So here's Ice's base. Just an aerial view of all the stuff that he's built. Ice's Palace is the name. And yeah, it's other than that, it's pretty basic. I did mine last night. Here's mine, Purple Island. I don't like how not mycelium doesn't show up as purple. On the map it turns up green, but this is all mycelium, so it should be purple. That's my Mushroom Island. My base is gonna be like somewhere right there in this little alcove, and then I'm gonna build some like really cool whatever going along here. So it'll be like a little docking area. But that's so far in the future. I don't have any plans for it right now, other than that rough outline that I just told you. So this floor is like the forest floor. Got the forest theme going on. Down here we have like the ice or snow or water floor. I might make a snow floor, so this will be like the ice water floor. Nobody's down here yet, and this is the reason I'm not building more than 2 floors right now, because I don't want to make 2. They take a long time to build because I have to dig all this stuff is dug out. I have to mine all this stuff out, all this area, and then bringing all the materials down here and all that crap takes a long time. So I'm only building 2 floors, and if these get filled up, you can personal message me or on here on this video or on my channel or Facebook if you want another floor or whatever. I can design one and put it in. But yeah, so that's all that's going on down here. So now that we are 12 minutes in, I want to... Actually, we're probably 14 minutes in because I think I started the timer way late. I think that's all I have to say. Oh, I need to put that sign back on there. I need to put a sign like that one on all of the different sides. I must have just forgotten that one. See, I find errors in my own builds, guys. I don't just point out other people's problems. I remember I wanted to preface this episode with I was gonna, in my last episode I was gonna do a review of that building, but that's Ice's building, and I don't want to review. I don't want to step on other people's toes. So I don't want to like review a building, and now that person doesn't have something to talk about in their videos or whatever. So I'm not going to do a detailed view of that building or any of anybody else's buildings from now on, at least unless I get somebody that says I want you to do something or whatever. I'm going to stick with my own personal builds. As you can see, all this landscaping, and there's buildings out there. There's lots of stuff I could be showing you guys right now, but I'm trying to rush myself through so that we only have like a 20-minute episode. But oh man, so much stuff's changed. There's our dragon egg down, or not dragon egg. Yeah, dragon egg down there in that little thing. Finally got it. It was lost for the longest time. What happened? Somebody just hit it off the pedestal that it spawns on. Once you beat the dragon, and it had teleported somewhere else. But there's our shopping district. Lots of stuff to show out there, but I don't have time for today. There's my beacon shop and Ice's flora shop and his landscaping business and Wynn's bookstore, and Abdullah has a horse store, and I think he has some name tags out there as well, and then the armor shop, and we got a lighthouse, and that's just a random building, supposed to be kind of like a dock building. And then the farms have changed quite a bit. There's a horse stable, archery range, tons of stuff. There's even a chapel. Yeah, tons of stuff that I could be reviewing, but I don't got time for it today. So the next place I'm going to show you here's replacement carts. We're going to take a ride out to the Wither Farm, and it's going to be substantially different. Here's the end portal back there. It's going to be substantially different from the last time we saw it. Oh, what? Oh yeah, somebody built the thing out there. So this pathway takes us out to the Wither Farm. I've done a lot of designing. Now it's not a stairway anymore. It's just a whoa, where'd the rail sound go? It's not a spiral staircase anymore. It's a railway staircase. Well, it is a spiral staircase, but not for people to climb up manually. I mean, unless you really want to. And here we are. I always break these because I don't know if I'm going to come back or not. I don't want somebody to bump into it and have to go all the way back down. These are just supply chests for my use. You guys can use like the weapons. These are all from wither drops. And yeah, so most of the stuff you guys can use. I would prefer it if you didn't use some of it, like the stone, and my fuels, and just in general, don't use it unless you absolutely have to. There should be potions in that. These are fire protection potions for fighting blaze, and oh, look at that! Look at that! Anyways, so here a lot of stuff has changed for the 4th or 5th time that I've said that. I've created a 3-level. I don't remember what the last time was like when I showed this, even if I even did show it. It's a 3-level system here. They spawn on all the spaces that I've made a platform for, and we're not gonna fight those guys. And then I've also made a stairway on there. Stairways that go up and down to all 3 floors on this end, the middle here, and here. I'm going to make this another layer down here for the bottom, and then probably even over here. We'll see. I don't know. So it all depends on the need, because as it is now, I get plenty of skulls from the amount of space that I have now. And then this thing is next. Wow, we're gonna go over 20, maybe 25-minute episode. This is the other elevator I was telling you about, and this is kind of I've kind of been keeping this a secret because I don't want people to use it without knowing how to use it. It starts down here, there, and we got a beacon down there for fast movement. I think it's just movement speed. But this is where the other elevator starts, and this goes up to the the thing that I spent I actually spent longer building this than I did with the library because I wasn't sure how to build it at the start. Oops, let's go down one more floor here and show this off. So here's the roof of the Nether, and all these are here because when I was trying to bore a hole, these were places that accidentally got bored, and we got to keep stuff from spawning on those for this thing up here to work. Yes, it's a gold farm if you couldn't tell. I threw all these up here just to see what they do, and it looks like they're growing pretty pervasively. It's a gold farm. At the top of this elevator there's a gold farm, and I'm going to show you guys how to use it without breaking the server. And if you guys really want to know how to bore through the Nether roof, ceiling, whatever, look it up. It's really easy. I mean, it's not really easy. It's an easy concept, but it takes quite a long time to do. So we're gonna go up. This is how you get out of this caged environment, by the way. You left or right click on this one out here to get you out. And then it's just the right clicking all the way to the top, and you're gonna see the bottom. There it is. This is the bottom of the gold farm over here. So you're gonna see that as you approach, and it's gonna get lighter in this area. You can see it got lighter because I have lights up here. This is the gold farm here. These are the pads, spawning pads, and the pigs farm, and they fall down and get pushed into this portal. This is where you stand. You stand on top of that dirt block for this thing to work. I'm not going to explain how the whole thing works. You can look up gold farms online and find that if you want to know how they work. But I'm going to show you how to use this if you want to use it. So here we go. You can go through that portal. It's not going to do anything. So you stand on this, you're going to see the pigs spawning. And for some reason right now, they aren't spawning very much. I wonder what it is. I hope somebody didn't build something out next to this and there's a ton of stuff spawning on that. But what happens is they think that these trapdoor slots here are spaces that have blocks, so they just kind of wander around until they fall off into that. There are more efficient ways of making this, but this is efficient enough. This is the ceiling of the building space. You can't go beyond that spot. So I couldn't make it taller if I wanted to. I could add spaces and just expand the pads so that they were wider or whatever. But the fences are supposed to keep them from walking off. And why? Wow, this is terrible. It's basically not working right now. I don't know what it is. But we're so far up in the sky, nothing else should be spawning anywhere else except for on the spots that I've specifically made. All these are half slabs, so they can't spawn there. and that's why you're not seeing anything else. There's one just spawned right there, but they should, usually this is just covered in pigs, and they're just constantly falling down into this portal. So to get from here where you're standing and waiting, this is where you need to know that you can't stand here and wait for more than like 3 minutes, because if you do, you can't go AFK here, because if you do, you will what's the word? Not override. You can possibly destroy the server. I mean, not destroy it, but cause it so that people can't get on without it just totally God, what is the word I'm trying to think of? Crash? Yeah, that's probably the word I'm looking for. You can crash the server because there'll be so many entities spawning in here, and once they get pushed through the server, they're in the overworld, and if you can't get through this portal and go kill them, then the server is done. Like, you can have serious problems with that. So I wanted to tell you guys, if you come up here, you can't walk away from your computer. You have to sit here, and I mean, if you have another computer, if you have an iPad or something, you can mess around on that for a couple minutes, but you can't stand here for very long. And then when you get done with that, you pop through this, and then I have built this little, like, away from base, mini base essentially. It's got some little farm over there, and some animals in here in case you need to get some food or whatever. There's a possible mine down there. I haven't actually done any mining. And then you take this cart here over to the landing spot. Where it's sitting at, yeah, not very many. This is the landing spot where the pigs get pushed down into. Up here is not this one, but the next one. Come on. Oh, no, it is this one actually. The next one, I'll tell you about that in a second, but this is the portal they get pushed out into. And they get pushed out here, and then they wander around until they either wander into this water and it pushes them down, or they just fall down that hole. And that pushes them down to the landing spot. Nothing else up here. Up there was another potential spawn. I tested it out to see if I had it high enough up that they would just fall and die, how much gold I would get versus killing them, and it's like not even a third of the amount of gold you get. You wouldn't actually have to sit here and kill them, but it's not as efficient or whatever. So this is the landing area. Spending a little bit of time kind of designing this interior a little bit, and the fence is here because when you're killing zombie pigmen, zombies can spawn, and when you're killing like 200 of them or whatever, you can get a bunch of zombies in here, and you don't want them killing you while you're killing them. So this is how you would do this. I use a looting sword to get the maximum amount of nuggets. You can see them popping off there. It's harder to hit the ones that are jumping. But the items fall off into these hoppers, and they get fed down to the storage area, which is down below here. This sign is important. Don't take what isn't yours. If somebody's killed a bunch of things and they haven't picked up their gold out of here, and you come down here, there's a ton of gold left. Don't take it. It's just kind of mean. I haven't gotten it so that all of these, I really want to have it so that all the hoppers feed to one chest, to each individual chest, but as it is right now, the items can feed directly down into any of the chests on the bottom. It's kind of annoying. You have to go around and check all of the bottom ones, and if you kill a bunch, you're gonna get a lot of random junk like that. That was from that skeleton I killed earlier, but like, you're gonna get the rotten flesh, and you're gonna get swords. Generally, I didn't get any, but you're gonna get the golden swords, and that's where you toss them into this fire trash can thing that I got set up over here. So that is it. That is how this works. You can hear zombies somewhere. I have no idea where they are. But other than that, I think these are all just supply chests for building. So just don't use anything in there. But that's it. There's the gold farm. This kind of we had most people had either diamonds or gold as their purchasing, like you could purchase things from them in the shopping district, and a lot of people have removed gold, including me, because of this thing. But I don't think most people knew how to use it, but now you do. So if you need to make powered rails, now you don't have to like mine for days. So this portal will take you back, not to the portal up above the nether roof, because the nether roof has some really tricky, like you can't be teleported above there. It'll teleport you only to any like space below the roof. It's really confusing why it wouldn't just let you do that, but it does. That's the way it works. So you have to take it through here and then go back up if you want to. It took a while to have to build that thing and then figure that out, and I met many trips of this loop just back and forth, but it was worth it, because now I have essentially an unlimited supply of powered rails. So I can make some really cool roller coasters or something, which I might do with my island. I don't know, we'll see. But that's it for today. We got to the two things that I wanted to talk about. We didn't get to talk about any of those side topics that I wanted to address, but maybe in a later episode. I might actually do another episode today just for those things, maybe walking around and showing some of the exterior stuff of other people's, the other builds, like the landscaping that Ice has been doing around town. And yeah, just there's a ton of I have a big list of stuff that needs to be addressed. But that's it for me today, or for this episode. Thanks for watching, guys. Sorry it's been so long. And if you liked the episode, if you like me, go ahead and subscribe so you can get updates for when I have another episode out. And give me a like if you like the video. And that's it. Comments down below if you have anything to say about what I've said or whatever. And I'll see you guys online soon. Thanks a lot.